Hello everyone, just to let you know this video may contain swearing. We join this one, I'm speeding it up a little bit here. As you can see, we've got a slip road to the right hand side as we're looking at it. And obviously everyone's getting it right. The slip road goes off and the two lanes go straight on. Well, almost everybody's getting it right. Unless you drive a Range Rover. I bet you all thought I was going to say Audi, didn't you? Not only is it in the wrong lane, it waits until there's solid lines to actually move across. And remember, it's in the outside lane of that slip road as well. And you know where it's going to go, don't you? As soon as it hits this road, yep, straight onto the outside lane. Well done.
Everywhere else has got it, right. You know, the places where they voted Brexit. You're not on the phone, mate, are you?
Why don't he get someone to draw a face on his bald head? He could get away with looking down all day and no one would know he was on the phone then. What an idiot. Now this clip here, we've got two people that want to turn right. Both do it in very different ways. You've got the impatient one. This guy here. Over the hatch markings on the wrong side of the road. And you've got the geezer directly behind me, who's a bit more patient. Probably does it the way I would do it. I wouldn't go over the hatch markings if I didn't need to. And you didn't need to, because look where that car's got there. So it didn't have to go over the hatch markings. We've got another clip here of an impatient driver again. This is a 30-mile-an-hour road. That plastering vehicle next to me that's got its name written all over it again is going to drive like a fool in a minute. And I know people will say, well, the car in front of him shouldn't be in the outside lane. Yeah, maybe, but he is turning right a little bit further up the road. And it is 30 miles an hour. He is doing 30 miles an hour because that's what speed what I'm doing. And there's cameras as well, a lot of cameras. This is in Southampton, by the way. If anyone drives in Southampton, they will tell you that there's cameras bloody everywhere. That's pretty straightforward to me. Tells you what lane to get into for what you want. But not if you drive a German car. It's always very confusing for them. Now, just as the road turns into a slip road, he decides to undertake. But we go back to the rear camera. See the van that's behind me? See that massive graphic sign that we've just gone past? We'll see loads of different signs, the back end of them. Another one there. Plenty of signage to tell you which lane you should be in. But he has to go right across the solid lines again. So he gets it wrong. He could have stayed in my lane. If he'd learned how to read signs properly, he could have stayed in my lane. Because he could have gone across there. But not only does he get it wrong once, he doesn't want it after all anyway. No audio on this one because I was playing music. But what a place to stand to go through your handbag in the middle of a road. Look at that. In the middle of the road, you're going to sort out your handbag or whatever the hell she's doing. Still playing music, but there's still no audio. We're looking at the van in front. Nice bit of cornering. No indication, no nothing. I mean, where is he going? Is it that hard to just flick a switch? As we come up to this zebra crossing stroke roundabout, quite a few things happen. First of all, just over there, there's two guys that walk out straight in front of that red van. You can just about see them. Just there. Now next, this guy over here on the right. He's just walked off of that drop curb there. So he's walked basically past the zebra crossing to walk in the road with his child, which I think is an absolute disgrace. Now we're back over to the guys that by the zebra crossing.
And they've done it as well, recently beaten Sheffield United.
Not
It
once,
looks like the top two,
not
might
once
be
did
running
they
away
look
with
to the right.
Middlesbrough.
Not once.
Give them the shout, but we were in the playoffs with an opportunity to
Just
play
in case,
the
look to the
Premier League.
right,
I'm trying to
man.
think when the last time they were in the Premier League. I remember going up with them in the Villa team.
And as we come off the roundabout, in true typical cyclist fashion, he's on the phone.
Yes, done exceptionally well. And they've done it as well.
And we're going to go back to the guy who's crossing the road with his child. He crosses the road there.
Not once.
Ross crosses the road there when the crossing is there.
Spicy faces. Be proud of it. Stand tall. Flaunt your beads of sweat. Embrace those ever so slightly tingly lips. And proudly do that slow breathing in and out thing.
Oh,
that doesn't really do
what a
much.
surprise.
Oh,
An Audi being in the
spicy
wrong
flavors.
lane
Because with 100% chicken breast in a spicy crispy coating.
and thinking twice about it.
Coming in hot.
What an absolute muppet.
Served up for 11 a.m.
Always an Audi.
One game at a time. They used to
This
say-
road is one of the main roads that go into Kingston. It's incredibly busy.
It will get a bit
And
tasty for Arsenal because they've
when it was COVID times, they decided to put bike lanes down both sides. This road isn't big enough for it. It really isn't. Don't get me wrong, I would like cyclists to have their own space. But some roads are just not big enough. We have HGVs and buses and everything come down this road, and it's just not big enough to have bike lanes like this. They take up too much space. And I know what cyclists are going to say. You've got to give them 1.5 to get around them and all that sort of stuff. But when someone does this, it shortens the road up even more. It makes the road even tighter. It can't get past me because of the oncoming traffic, but it's made their road even tighter. Can't get down there, but she's in the way now. There's no gap for her. But she can always probably do what this idiot's doing by going down the bike lane. Now, before anyone jumps on me about bikes and their bike lanes and everything, what I mean is we can't move over for emergency services or anything else because of the poles and how they've put the bike lanes there. That's what I mean by this. Some roads are just not big enough for this sort of thing. Now, especially coming up, you'll see, you know, we have all this money being spent on this sort of stuff, and then you get a cyclist ride in the middle of the road like that. We've got two bike lanes and he's riding there. He preferred to sit behind traffic rather than being an empty bloody bike lane. I don't understand it. The mentality of that sort of shit. And then you got one over here on the left, just riding on the pavement. They just don't use them properly anyway. These are the most pathetic bike lanes I've seen in a long while. You probably just saw where the bike was on the pavement there. There's parking in the bike lane. Legally allowed to park in the bike lane. So what's the point of having them? And then you got a bus stop here, a bus stop, then a bike lane. So the bus stop's here and people walk to it with a bike coming straight towards them. What idiot thought of that? The same geezer that done the smart motorways. So basically you can spend all this money on them and they still don't follow the rules. Same road, just a little bit further down the road. You know the old saying, you can't polish a turd.
Don't worry about the red light, mate. You're a cyclist.
money-saving expert Martin Lewis has been urging the government to make this.
But certainly
This one here, you got two people crossing the road. This one here, with manners, actually waited for me, but this gave me a little hand signal of thank you. And we move on to the next one. This arse wipe, don't even look up. Look at him. No manners. Manners cost nothing. Moving on. Have a look at that cyclist. See that cycling box in front of me? Well, there's one over the other side of the road for him. But he's miles outside of it. So technically, he's already gone through the red light. He's gone past that stop line.
Were you caught by the COVID cops? Did they come and have a word in your shell light for breaching those rules?
We were allowed free to go because point of
This clip here is all about manners for me. It just shows how bad we've got on the road. No one wants to give an inch. It's like a sign of weakness if you let someone out. The traffic coming towards us has got roadworks down it, so it's very busy. It can't go anywhere. And it's causing us traffic because people are pulling out like they are from this left turn in here. You can see that lorry down there. Not one car is letting that lorry go. That lorry there, they're prepared to drive fully on the pavement rather than let him go. You can see past that purple bin there, they just keep coming. No one's prepared to let him out. And now you've got this white van in front of us. It can't go anywhere. Its road is blocked. But no, it pulls out and blocks us, so we've got nowhere to go.
Not one person's letting that fucking lorry get down there.
Now you can see the bus in front now has moved away, so our road is clear. But we can't go because of that van. Now what you can't see, he is letting that woman have it.
Well done, mate. You've blocked everything up.
He's letting her have it, both barrels. He's shouting at her and everything. You can't hear it or see it. But he's having a right go at this woman in this car here. She's letting him have it back. But she's not the problem. She's not blocking the road. He is.
Which is the discrimination that we underwent really with.
It goes on for a little bit longer, and as he pulls out,
Fucking idiot.
surprise, surprise,
Well done, mate.
the arsehole is on the phone. So your concentration levels are gone.
Well done. Oh, it's on the phone as well. That sums it up, doesn't it?
That they were changing their shop.